you can't mitigate all risks. You can't remove all risks. There's always risk. But you can mitigate it to the best you can. So understanding what the tools are and playing around with it on your own network is one such way to grasp and understand what's out there. And then you would write your business plan around that. So a few little things that I always like trying to coach people on in terms of what you should do. And like this is how a hacker would work. If I use social engineering, I would call your library and say, hey, can I speak to your IT guy? Oh yeah, it's Brian Pichman. Cool, hey, what's his email? brian.pichman@libraryname.com. Fantastic. Most places, the IT guy or the IT woman, their account for admin access is their first.last, their everyday account. And that's true for almost corporations, businesses all over the world. It's first.last or initials, whatever their acronym is, but their everyday account is also the super admin account. So now I know the super admin's username. Next, I would either try to socially engineer the IT folk or try to guess their password, try to hack it, walk around the building and look for post-it notes people's passwords on, and work that way. So how many of us have a post-it note or a notepad with your password on it? We're not going to shame anyone, but I'm going to take pictures. Don't do that. So again, a really great exercise when you go back to your library, what one hacker would do would just look at the desk, and here's the common places. On the monitor, under the keyboard, yep, they check there, or that top drawer that you think no one will ever open. That's where people would normally put in. That's how I would figure out how to get into your system. So administrator accounts, don't call them admins, don't call them first.last, IT folks' names. Come up with something different that's not really guessable and makes it a little bit more difficult. If you have a login website, if you're using Drupal, for instance, it's usually this, my site name /login. WordPress is WP-login. So if I was to try to hack your library's website, I would throw in those URLs and then attack it until I get in, or do a SQL injection attack through the username and password box. So just change your account. So my logins website is actually cat power, so feel free to knock that site down tonight. So you can change your default login pages, and that's just another way to help prevent people from getting in. And it takes 30 seconds to do. But the most important thing as an organization is you want to train your staff on awareness. Help them identify what some of those trends are, what some of those issues and threats look like, so if they see it, they can alert somebody instead of being quiet. And you don't want to like shame them if they download a virus, because then they're never going to tell you when they do it again. So like, hey, thanks for letting me know. Let's fix this, or however that scenario might play out. And then never ever use shared accounts. So when you let go of somebody or they leave and you have a shared account, that just means that they still know it, and everyone else can, you'll never be able to know who did what. When you're protecting your network, there's a few different outer defenses that you should consider using. And so how you protect with a firewall that uses intrusion detection or intrusion prevention, IDS, IPS. Like web filtering, even though some of us hate the word filtering because we're supposed to be a library and everything's accessible, filtering does have benefits for not going on those websites they probably shouldn't go to. And then using an antivirus tool at the website level. So on your firewall, some firewalls can have antivirus on them. So when it sees a virus coming through based off of its signature, it'll just block that website or block that download from occurring. And you want to protect inbound and outbound threats. So so it's a Unified Threat Management Device, or UTM is what the abbreviation is. And it has all those tools built into a single box that you put it between basically your modem and the rest of your network. And then it'll help, again, mitigate some of that risk.